doing? Are you okay?
Sir?
Sir?
Oh, hello. I was just praying the Hindu prayer of Om.
What is this prayer of Om you're talking about?
It symbolizes the interconnectivity of all things.
And why are you doing it down by the river?
The river helps me understand Om, how time and life are illusions.
And how did you reach this point? Where did you come from?
I used to be a Brahmin son, as a matter of fact.
So what is a Brahmin?
A Brahmin is the highest caste in the Hindu caste system.
And why did you leave it? And why are you here now?
Well, I left because even though I had all these great privileges as a Brahmin, I never really felt enlightened. I always sought more knowledge, and I believe my life as a samana would help me to achieve that goal. However, my father did not agree. Father, I feel like I've learned all I can from the Brahmins. I wish to become a samana.
Son, few things make me upset, but this does not please me. Son, you're still here.
Yes.
I will grant you my permission.
Thank you, Father.
What is a samana, exactly?
A samana, they're monks who hope to achieve enlightenment or nirvana by getting rid of all worldly possessions, living in the wilderness.
I think I've heard of them. They live a simplistic lifestyle, using that to connect with God and take out their inner spirit in order to achieve a more perfect sense of enlightenment.
Ah, so you have heard of samana?
Yeah, slightly. So are you still a samana?
No. I left when I heard of someone who was in the last stage of his incarnation and when he died, would reach nirvana. The man they were called Buddha, or the illustrious one.
Ah, fascinating. Now, is there anything you took from your time with the samanas towards your path to enlightenment and being a Buddha?
I learned the three most important things that a samana can learn. And those are thinking, waiting, and fasting.
Very interesting.
And I kept them with me my entire life, even though there was a part where I started to begin to forget about them. I'm sorry, but I can no longer stay with the samanas.
Siddhartha, we have so much more to offer you.
I'm sorry, but I must find my own path.
Do as you must.
Oh, Buddha, I've heard many great things about you.
Now, what did you learn from Buddhism, and how exactly did this help you on your path to enlightenment?
Well, the Buddha had many great things to say, but while he was speaking, I realized that knowledge can be taught, but wisdom really can't. The path to enlightenment cannot be shown to you. You have to go and find it for yourself.
And this caused you to leave the Buddha?
Yes, however, my friend Govinda stayed with them, and I wouldn't see him for quite a long time. Buddha, I have much faith in your teachings, but I find that the path to enlightenment cannot be taught.
Son, you are correct. The path to enlightenment must be achieved by yourself. You speak very cleverly. Be wary against too much cleverness. Go and find your enlightenment.
What happened after you left Buddhism and Buddha?
Well, I wandered for a while, and I crossed the river like this one.
Did someone help you with that task?
Yes, there was this nice ferryman. I didn't know his name at his time, but I'd meet up with him later in life. His name was Vasudeva.
And after you crossed this river, what happened then?
I met this girl named Kamala. Yes, she's kind of like a girlfriend, but you know,
You had a relationship with her?
yes.
Ah, very
Yes.
nice.
She taught me about physical pleasures and about well, I learned business under a man named Kamaswamy, and I actually made quite a name for myself as a businessman. I was very good. I was very good at relating with people, and I realized that I had just been playing the game of samsara. All the things I had learned as a samana had just kind of left me, and my path to enlightenment I just kind of left. So I decided I really need to get rid of all these things and get back to the path of enlightenment.
Are you saying you were too focused on the materialistic world, not as much simple and inner thought as like the material goods that kind of consumed your life?
Yes, although I did see Kamala one last time, and little did I know in our last meeting we would have a son together.
What was the next step of your journey?
As it happens, I met the ferryman who had me cross upon a river a long time ago, and learned his name was Vasudeva. And I kind of became like his apprentice, becoming a ferryman to cross the river as well.
And did you learn anything important from him during that time you spent?
I did, but mostly he didn't teach me, because you see, it's like one can't find their own path to enlightenment. You have to find it for himself. This Vasudeva just shoved me in the right direction, and it was really the river that taught me enlightenment.
So, what happened after you met Vasudeva?
Well, he taught me many things, but his most important lesson to me was the lesson taught by the river. And it happened one day when I thought the river was laughing at me.
And did this help you reach your overall goal of enlightenment?
Oh yes, after looking to the river, I realized what Vasudeva had known all along, that the truth of all life and its various illusions can be seen within the river. Vasudeva,
Yes.
I thought I saw the river laughing at me.
Son, you must look more closely.
I now understand what the river represents. It is the endlessness of time and how everything is connected.
Good. You have learned what you need from the river. Now I must go.
So, what happened next?
Well, I went down the river and I was so depressed I was about to drown myself in the river. But before I did, I fell asleep next to a tree and was woken up by my old friend Govinda, who had long ago joined Buddha and the Buddhists.
And did this change your views on the world or anything?
Yes, I realized I should still keep going, that I still need to work on my path to enlightenment, finding it for myself.
So, how did this story end?
Well, a long time later, I re-met my best friend Govinda, and while I was asleep on the tree, he came up and kissed me and was enlightened as well.
Thank you for all you've done, Siddhartha.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
May I with you?
You may.
Um,